Hello, sweet one. If you're seeing this, then this message is for you. Um, this is my first time doing this, so thanks for being here. This message is something that I have been receiving and knowing that I need to share, and so even if it only reaches one person, that's perfect. It's exactly who it's supposed to reach. I have a message for you from the Hermit. The Hermit is one of my personal favorite archetypes in the tarot. There's a lot of different ways to say tarot, so Tarot, there's a lot of different ways. I don't think any of them are wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize. So the Hermit is such a special card. One of the reasons why this message feels very important right now is because of the timing of it. The year 2025 is the year of the Hermit. If you add up all of the numbers of 2025, it reaches the number 9, which is the number of the Hermit. And so, especially we have 1 month left of this calendar year. And then another month and a half if you include the lunar year, the end of the lunar year. So it's not too late to start on your Hermit's journey. And even if you're seeing this after that, the Hermit comes for us whenever it's our time. Yeah, okay. So, and also maybe if you're seeing this late in 2025, it's a validating message. Maybe 2025 has been a year of feeling like a hermit, and now you can have a little more understanding as to why. Okay, so where to start with the Hermit? The Hermit's journey is about something has happened, something is not working in your life. And so, or maybe even many things, big things. And so you turn from them, these scripts that our society has given us, or expectations from your family, or whatever it is, you're turning away from it. Whatever these structures are that haven't been serving you. And when you do that, there are some interpretations of it. One of my personal favorites is that when you're on this journey, you are sort of seeking what is your light, what is that's lighting your path, only to discover that the light that you are seeking is already in your hands, which is a really powerful thing, right? Your light is already within you. Your guide is already within you, right? So, and that will lead you to many beautiful things. So one of my favorite ways to look at the Hermit is through putting the major arcana in a grid, and then seeing these different stories that form. So I am very nerdy, and I love a teaching aid, so I made one. I tried to not, I could have spent a very long time writing everything out that I felt was really important to say, and instead it felt better to just create the container and flow. So if you're still watching, thanks for being here. So if you put the major arcana in a grid, the Fool is up here, it's a 0, so it's not really included in this so much. 1 through 7, 8 through 14, and then 15 through 21. You get all of these very different and interesting lines that you can follow stories through. So there's four cards that we're going to look at. So we're going to look at the Tower, the Hermit, the High Priestess, and the Magician, which is on the other side of my teaching aid. So I love this story. It's about the Tower, which is like the scariest card in the tarot, right? Like everything's falling apart in your life. It feels terrible. Your rug's been ripped out underneath you. It really is like the worst things that happen. But really what's happening is that the universe or your life or your higher power, or however it is that you are filtering this information through, is removing for you whatever has truly not been serving you. And thus that leads you to the Hermit, where you turn away from these things, these structures that haven't been serving you, and you're on your own path. when you discover your own light, that then leads you to the High Priestess. It leads you to be able to find your own deeper, very strong magic. And your, yeah, that sacred deep magic. So what's really special about this for this year, I think, is that earlier this year, of course, I think like many of us were really struggling with being alive in this period of history, right? So I pulled cards for the next couple of years for America, including this year. And I pulled the Tower for 2025. And I don't know about you, but that feels really accurate for me as far as what we're seeing happen in our country, right? Things that have been serving us for a really long time, we're finally seeing a light on them, and they're crumbling before our eyes. And it's true that there's a lot of suffering and there's a lot of really messed up things happening right now, but like also we get to see those structures crumble. So interestingly, that intertwines with the year being the year of the Hermit. And so what I'm seeing is that the universe, however, is asking us to do this introspective work, this going on your own solo journey, this hermit's journey. Of course, the hermit is alone. You know, the hermit's journey can be a lot of different types of journeys. It can be something physical. It can be going on a road trip or a backpacking trip or hiking or something like that. But it can also be something that is introspective. And even if it is something physical, it's going to be introspective and spiritual as well, right? So even if you're not going anywhere, you can commit more to that introspection with yourself, whether that be, you know, some work with someone, or whether it be doing some, you know, my mind is kind of racing with different opportunities with it, but, you know, dating yourself a little bit more, or doing anything to really prioritize that journey within yourself, right? Learning yourself better, being curious, allowing yourself to be on that journey. So interestingly enough, we were just talking about the years, and so I got a little off track, but it felt important, although I don't feel like, anyways. So Hermit, then next year, 2026, our year is actually the Magician. And then the following year, 2027, is going to be the High Priestess. So this feels like a really, really pertinent time that, like, in our country, our structures are falling. We're being asked to be introspective and find our own light and find this within ourselves, which is going to lead us to the Magician, which is about finding our own power, sort of. The Magician is about my will is my way. From the outside, it looks like the Magician just thinks and points their finger and something happens, but really it's that they have all of these tools that they've sharpened and built and collected and know how to use. And so when it's time to do something, they know how to make it happen. It's knowing that you have built the tools necessary to do the things that you need to do, and trusting that ability in yourself. And then the following year is going to lead us to this like deeper sacred magic, right? So it's a really special time. We have really, really important things coming up. Well, there's some other really big things coming up in our world, right? Our world is saying, we need you to do the work and step into your power and step into your magic, because whatever those things are, it's needed. It's needed for the things that are coming up. Okay. Refer to my outline. So yeah, this journey. Okay, we talked about the grid and the grid lines and 2025. Yeah, connecting to our power. Okay. So I want to pull a card for you. I'm pulling a card for you. And actually, I meant to pull a card for me first, so we're going to do that together. Get to see a little bit of some vulnerability for me too. I don't pull a card without pulling one for myself, and I did mean to do it before I pressed play, but here we are. So I'm going to use my favorite deck. It is, of course, a Halloween deck, so it looks a little funny to some people, but I have been working with this one for a long time, and I really love her. Okay, one message for me right now. Two of bats, two of swords. Okay. So I'm still learning tarot. I've been working with it for a long time, but sometimes there are cards that still have messages for me that I still need to learn. So I'm just gonna look at the Two of Swords really quick. Yeah, it is this one. I know what this is about. Yeah, okay. Some decisions are hard. Yeah. Making decisions with your whole body is really important. And that's why I'm gleaning from that. And now we're gonna pull a card for you. And then after that, I want to read what my favorite tarot book has to say about this card, the Hermit, because I think it's really beautiful. And she says it's so much better than I could, even though I've been talking for 12 minutes now. Excuse me. Anyways, it is what it is. If you're still here, thank you for seeing this and receiving this message. One card for you. The Knight of Pumpkins, Knight of Pentacles. There's a lot of cards that I could tell you about right off the bat, and the tarot wants me to be seen looking things up. And that's very humbling, and I appreciate that. Okay, since I don't know this one, I'm gonna just read it to you. The Knight of Pentacles is significant for being the only horse with all four hooves on the ground. To say the knight is grounded would be the understatement of the eon. There will be no leaping forward, no dashing into the winds, no trotting gallantly forward. This knight, for better or for worse, is sticking where he's at. And where he's at almost certainly revolves around tasks, duties, work, and responsibilities. For all things, there is a time, and there is a time for the Knight of Pentacles. It's just not like the funnest time of the tarot. This book is Michelle T's Modern Tarot. I love this book. I think it's helped me through a lot of really big things, and a lot of little things too. If the Knight of Pentacles is a person, he's probably someone you know because you work alongside him or he is helping you somehow. For sure, this work, the work this individual carries out is impeccable. They're a total perfectionist, and if they show up for you in your work life as a boss or superior, that probably sucks. If you're working beneath the knight, there is probably nothing you can do to match his work ethic and standard of perfection. If you do not match up, buy yourself a round of drinks. You're brilliant. Sorry, that was if you do match up. Buy yourself a round of drinks. You're brilliant. The rest of us will toil under this humorless taskmaster, wondering if they have anything else happening in their lives but this job. Nope, they don't. These horses are probably workaholics. They're wired to get a job done. If you're on the same team, they might raise the bar of what is expected, so better get busy. If they are working for you, you're psyched. They are going to quickly become indispensable. They probably won't gun for your position either. The Knight of Pentacles isn't particularly ambitious, but he's a hard worker who wants to deliver what is expected of him as perfectly as possible. If the Knight has popped up as a possible romantic option, Know that this person probably will show their love for you by vacuuming the house. They just might buy you the house too. The Knight likes practical, stable things and will work until he gets what he wants. If you're not interested, let him know ASAP, because they will stubbornly pursue you until the spell is out for them, until you spell it out for them. Then they will go away and you'll probably never see them again. If you're looking for a date who brings you on exciting vacations or surprises you with gifts and nights on the town, this is not that person. They can be a little on the dull side, but they are loyal and sincere and will pledge their hearts to you. If you're cool with supplying the fireworks, the Knight will make sure the ground is clear and all safety precautions have been met before you bring the sparkle. If you are the Knight of Pentacles, it means you are being called to work, work, work. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Oh well, that's just how it's going to be right now. Put your nose down and dedicate yourself to the task at hand. You are invested enough in whatever it is to want to be successful, and its success is pretty much in your hands. You have the ability to build something stable and lasting, but you're going to have to buckle down and apply yourself. No slacking off, no cutting corners. Your standards should be high. You can meet them. Hopefully none of this is a big deal. You're the Nine of Pentacles after all. You're wired for this. But in case your resolve is slipping, or you're feeling whiny or wanting to take a break, this card is here to give you a firm no. Your work is not done yet, and you can't stop until it's complete. The Knight of Pentacles can also represent a situation that is sort of dull and tedious, but has to get done. It could be something as banal as running errands or higher stress task like doing your taxes, says the freelancer who just filed joint taxes with her wife for the first time. Sheesh. Maybe it's a massive project. Maybe it's a more massive project, like renovating a house or even building one from the ground up. It's going to require your dedication and commitment for the long haul. If you don't value what's on the other side of all that toil, don't do it. It's going to be hard work, so make sure you have meaningful connection to get you through the backbreaking days. Interesting. I mean, my immediate question is, I wonder if this is directly referring to hermit work, like buckle down and do your hermit work. But I think that the hermit is generally a more gentle message, because it often comes after really, really, really harsh things. So it is a buckle down. The mountain is steep and your climb can be difficult, but trust your feet. It could be about your hermit work. I don't know, dear one. Okay. This video just got really, really long because I wanted to read the whole hermit to you, and it's a very long one. And we'll see if we end it immediately after that, because there was something else I wanted to tell you, but who's gonna watch this? Anyways, one person that watches this message is for you, and I'm so grateful for you being here. So thank you. Okay. The Hermit. I also wanted to say, this is my first time doing this, and I'm grateful, and grateful for you being here. And also, I knew I wasn't going to do any editing, so I know this is a long, tedious video. You're a trooper. Okay. The Hermit. It's the Hermit, an older person of advanced style who has been around the block, who has lived a long, full life. Traditionally, this person is male with a long white beard, but there's no reason why the Hermit couldn't be an elder female with a head of wild gray curls poking out from under the hood of her monastic robes. When the Hermit card comes up, one thing is super duper clear. You are alone. Maybe you hate this. Maybe you are trying like hell to get laid or to turn some sort of affair into a lasting relationship. Maybe you're trying to get an ex back or trying to reconcile with a good friend, maybe even a group of them. It's not going to happen. The Hermit comes up when life itself, the universe, needs you to be alone. We live in a culture where being alone feels like punishment, especially for women who are supposed to be both immensely popular queen bees with a buzzing social circle and deeply desired loved ones for your MX, right? The tarot, however, holds Mr. or Mrs. or ungendered right. The tarot, however, holds aloneness in a different esteem. The Hermit card represents the deep and deeply important things we gain from our time alone. By being with ourselves, we can gain insight into the nature of our personality and the nature of personality in general. We can see our weaknesses as well as our strengths. Indeed, our ability to be alone is often the first helpful thing we learn about ourselves when we do it. Being alone can be heartbreaking and scary, but it is also simply a part of life, an important aspect of the human experience that not even a dozen social media accounts could ever banish. Possibly this card is a welcome sight. The Hermit rules a sort of serious scholarship that can only be accomplished by shutting yourself away from the world for a while. Maybe you are writing a novel or trying to create a different kind of masterpiece. The Hermit will help you eject all distractions. It rules retreats, artistic retreats, silent retreats, health retreats. The Hermit understands that sometimes you've got to get away if you're going to accomplish something meaningful. The Hermit does not get FOMO. Maybe it's because the Hermit is old and has sort of done everything, chased the same ultimately meaningless things we all find ourselves chasing. Worn out by the rat race, the Hermit climbs a mountaintop, which provides a metaphorical look at the bigger picture. The Hermit is literally above it all with a staff to help along the way. What is your staff, your one trusty tool, coping skill, or talent you will bring on your own retreat? Think about it. Because when the Hermit card comes up, you are retreating. Perhaps only to your bedroom to listen to music and stare at the ceiling, to play with the candles on your altar, or hunker down with a book. Perhaps you're doing something truly awesome, like an endurance walk, like the Appalachian Trail or Spain's El Camino. When Cheryl Strayed embarked on her hike along the Pacific Coast Trail, which she later documented in her best-selling book, Wild, you can be sure the Hermit was along for the ride. You may be imagining a hermit all bunkered down in a cave somewhere, but the Hermit of the tarot can be found on the move. Perhaps your retreat is an epic walk along the ocean or through your city with a pair of noise-canceling headphones jammed over your ears. Let's talk about the Hermit's lantern, which is super important, especially for those social animals who, like myself, cringe whenever this card comes into their lives. The lantern is what allows the Hermit to walk this nighttime landscape alone. Night in the tarot always represents the unknown, the uncertain, the problem that must be solved. When the Hermit arrives, some type of soul searching is in order, and the lantern represents your inner compass, your inner light, and the thing that will guide you through the night and help you solve your current puzzle. You have everything you need to achieve the breakthrough you need. You already have everything you need. Occasionally, the Hermit's lantern represents an actual person whose knowledge can benefit you, a mentor, a helper, a teacher, a therapist, an especially wise friend. You're still going to have to do the solitary heavy lifting, though. This is your soul searching. This is your soul you're searching for. Other times, the lantern augurs the arrival of an individual who will point you toward mountains you need to get lost in. Inside the Hermit's lantern is a six-pointed star, a star that has been used for dozens of cultures since ancient times to represent the perfect arrangement of the cosmos and humanity's place within it all. You are seeking no less than this, your own place in the world, the space you are to take up within your own life. Any quest you're currently on can be viewed this way, and perhaps seeing your path in such a mythological way will help it feel less annoying. In the tarot, 6 is a number of beauty, perfection, and harmony, and the Hermit promises that this inner gorgeousness awaits you on the other side of this solitary journey. Also, a word about snow. I love snow symbolism. If water is the emotions and air is the intellect, then snow is the emotions made tangible and understandable by the cold air of logic. Getting a handle on our emotions, gaining an understanding of why we feel the way we do, learning to master our emotions and not be victims of them. This is a crucial step in growing up and establishing a baseline of happiness so that we can enjoy our lives. And it is, by and large, an inside job. The Hermit came into my life quite unwelcome, I might add, while I was in the stark, stoic city of Warsaw, Poland. I had been traveling with a boyfriend and it did not go well. I arrived in Warsaw alone to teach a series of workshops, and I brought with me the knowledge that this relationship was over. Having sunk a lot of hope and love into it, I was devastated, and what a place to mourn a lost love. Gray skies, brutalist Soviet architecture, unsmiling people, a history of war that felt palpable. Not versed in Polish, I spoke rarely, so rarely that it was as if I had taken a vow of silence. On top of it all, I was sick. My vague hope of distracting myself from my heartache by smoking cigarettes and having affairs with some cute Poles went out the window. It was just me and my heartache alone in my little room provided by my host, with a mattress on the floor and a cat that came only to pee on it, never to snuggle. In this bare bones, hermity environment, my heart's truth erupted in my chest with a force that brought tears to my eyes. I want to be loved so bad. The raw reality of it embarrassed me, but I found a way to wrap my arms around it. It was true. I wanted to be loved so bad. This desire was everything, an expression of my highest self, but also a distraction from an untreated anxiety disorder, which I could feel jittering me through my Polish retreat. During those 2 lonely weeks, I did a lot of thinking, free from the distraction of people, of cell phones, or even a good book to lose myself in. I made a lot of connections between my anxiety, the hypomanic state it left me in, and my knack for falling in love way too quickly with individuals sporting lots of flashy red flags. When I returned to the US, I promptly got myself on some medication that smoothed out my crazed interior, and then I gave my aching heart a firm talking to. It's perfectly fine to yearn for love, but there will be no more desperate grasping at inappropriate love objects. With the hermit's help, I got comfy with being on my own and acted on the insights that would only have come to me in that stoic, solitary situation. There's more to this I'd love to share with you. We're losing our light. This video is so long. Be the hermit. So this is one of my favorite things about this book, Modern Tarot by Michelle T. That she offers these suggested spells after each card, which is just beautiful. So be the hermit. First of all, don't resist. All the downer cards in the tarot are rougher rides when you fight them. If the hermit card is coming for you, or if you have the wherewithal to know that you could use its solitary energy in your life, here are some spells to make friends with the wise, unwavering icon. The hermit rules all night blooming flowers, one of which is evening primrose. Ingested as a powder, tincture, or tea, this medicinal plant is full of fatty acids and has long been used as people struggling with PMS and pregnancy symptoms. In fact, it's a main ingredient in a lot of medicinal teas for women. In the spell, we will use evening primrose, which you can find on the internet, of course, or at your local Chinese medicine provider. Check the ingredients list. If evening primrose is listed first, you're holding a tea that will work for our magical purposes. A note, if you happen to be pregnant, congratulations, and don't drink this tea without first consulting your midwife or whomever. This powerful plant has been known to bring on labor, and you may not want that to happen. Wait till the sun has fully set and the moon has risen, though this spell, like most others, works best during the darkened new moon. Works best, interesting. Then brew your tea and go for a walk. I imagine you winding through quiet streets, sipping your tea and connecting with your essential aloneness. Though I don't know why, for the majority of my life, I have lived in wild urban areas, and perhaps you do too. If possible, get yourself to a more natural location. A hilltop would be especially nice, or even a park. But if you can't, never fear. We city witches practice our medicine in the belly of the beast. It might feel a tad strange to stroll along teeming nighttime boulevards while sipping a cup of tea, but embrace the possibility that being solo in a crowd will make you feel most alone. Wherever you wind up, drink your tea with the intention of embracing your aloneness and call upon the universe to help you be open to whatever lesson is yours to learn right now. It would be nice to sit quietly with your eyes open when you're done with your tea, achieving an alert meditative state. I also recommend using a portion of your tea or tea bag as a magical sachet bundle in a cloth and keep it in your pillowcase while you sleep. Dry, of course. Make a nighttime wish for hermit wisdom to come to your dreams and keep a notebook and pen close enough to write down your dream upon waking before you get out of bed or say hello to your bedtime, to your bedmate, or do anything else. So yeah, write down the message before anything else. The hermit rules licorice root. Licorice again. Licorice root, which is turned into a popular candy these days, but has long been used in magic. Take a bundle of 9 licorice roots, the hermit's number, and throw the bundle into a hot bath. Baths are great because we typically take a bath alone, and a bath can't help but encourage introspection. Ask the universe to bring hermit energy into your life. If the hermit is already present, to ask for the strength and the wisdom to work with its important, challenging energy. If you feel like supercharging your hermit bath, throw some dried evening primrose flowers or tea into your bath, and the crystal howlite or kyanite, and the crystals howlite or kyanite, both sacred to the hermit. If you're putting tea in your bath, put it in a tea bag, because cleaning tea out of your drain isn't as relaxing as taking a bath. Okay. And the last one, I think, yeah. On a small piece of paper, write down the emotional situations you would like to gain clarity on. Place these scraps of paper in a small bowl or jar and cover them with water. Place the container in the freezer and let it stay there for 9 hours. During this time, reflect often on whatever your issues are. At the end of the 9 hours, take the bowl or jar from the freezer, carve or scratch a 6-point star into the ice, and place the bowl of ice before a candle. A white candle would be good, as would a black candle. Sit before it and meditate, pray, and wish. Ask the universe for clarity. Ask the hermit to grant you mastery over your emotions. Ask the candle to burn until let the candle burn until the ice has melted. Then extinguish the candle and dispose of the water and paper in running water. In other words, flush it all down the toilet. So don't flush anything but toilet paper down the toilet, but maybe bury it or something like that. Anyways, I love this message. It's one that has led me to a lot of really, really amazing, impactful things in my life. And I think anyone that meets this message, just anyone that can meet this message, is going to also have wonderful things on the other side of that work. So this video is already 33 minutes long, so I don't see any reason to not just go ahead and continue it. 2025 is also the year of the snake. And the snake is another piece of really, really powerful magic that I don't want anyone to miss out on. The snake magic that I've been using or working with comes from a book that I don't know how correct it is to still be using it. It's a book that my mom and I used to pull these cards when I was a little kid in the 90s. So if you are seeking Indigenous wisdom, there are so many good places to find it. And you should do that. There's so much beautiful Indigenous wisdom to be witnessed and celebrated, and so much good magic to be. Magic isn't really the right word, because I think it's different, more sacred. To me, my magic is very sacred, but language is very important to people, and it is to me too, and I want to make space for that. Anyways, this book is about animal messages, animal meaning. And it has really powerful stuff in it. And because you're clearly still here, or maybe no one is, maybe it's just for me. And maybe these messages are all for me, and that's fine too. Any message that is for someone else is also for the practitioner. So, or that's part of my magic. Okay. The snake. I love the snake. Snake magic. Okay, here we are. Snake transmutation. Snake comes crawling. There's fire in your eyes. Bite me, excite me. I'll learn to realize. The poison transmuted brings eternal flame. Open me to heaven to heal me again. Transmutation. Snake medicine people are very rare. Their initiation involves experiencing and living through multiple snake bites, which allows them to transmute all poisons, be they mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional. The power of snake medicine is the power of creation, for it embodies sexuality, psychic energy, alchemy, reproduction, and ascension, or immortality. The transmutation of the life-death rebirth cycle is exemplified by the shedding of snake skin. It is the energy of wholeness, cosmic consciousness, and the ability to experience anything willingly and without resistance. It is the knowledge that all things are equal in creation and that those things which might be experienced as poison can be eaten, ingested, integrated, and transmuted if one has the proper state of mind. Thoth, the Atlantean who later returned as Hermes and was the father of alchemy, used the symbology of two snakes intertwining around a sword to represent healing. Complete understanding and acceptance of the male and female within each organism creates a melding of the two into one, thereby producing divine energy. This medicine teaches you on a personal level that you are a universal being. Through accepting all aspects of your life, you can bring about the transmutation of the fire medicine. This fire energy, which when functioning on the material plane, creates passion, desire, procreation, and physical vitality. On the emotional plane, it becomes ambition, creation, resolution, and dreams. On the mental plane, it becomes power, charisma, and leadership. When the snake energy reaches the spiritual plane, it becomes wisdom, understanding, wholeness, and connection to the Great Spirit. If you have chosen this symbol, there is a need within you to transmute some thought, action, or desire so that wholeness may be achieved. This is heavy magic. But remember, magic is no more than a change in consciousness. Become the magician or the enchantress, transmute the energy, and accept the power of the fire. I love this card. I love the snake message. I think it's also, it's not just about the shedding and the again and again, but there's also this message of, you know, how in our world we make anti-venom using the venom from snakes. And I feel like healing does a lot of that, right? Like, to do your own shadow work means to accept your venom and find your healing. Yeah, really, really big messages. So whoever's receiving this is really, really big messages and really big work that you, I'm sure, have already been engaging with and already been stepping down this path for a long time. Or maybe not a long time, but a little while, or maybe you're coming back to it. But you are being asked right now to take a hermit's journey, to find that introspection and find your light. This is where I'll leave this. Thank you so much for meeting me here. I have been a healer for a long time. That sounds very, very weird to hear myself say. I have been healing myself for a very long time. I believe that it is part of what I'm here on this planet to do. I don't necessarily believe in me healing other people, but I believe in inspiring people to heal themselves, because who else better, right? Yeah, no one's gonna help you find your power better than yourself. No one can, because it's within you, and it's you who has to find it. And same with your magic, and know that you're right where you should be. And I feel the need to tell you that your higher power, or your God, or your Gaia, or however it is that piece of your spirituality takes imagery or words, is so proud of you for stepping into this work, and is here with you every step of the way. And your ancestors are so, so, so proud of you. And you have many, many guides and spirits with you that are so grateful that you are stepping into this work for yourself and for the rest of the world. Because when we step into our own power, it benefits us, but it also benefits everyone else, right? Okay. So much love to you all. To myself, if this is the only person that sees this, or to any other person that sees this. Just love to the world.